Tuesday afternoon, and it is the 6th of June already. So it's a Memorial Day shave for the Normandy landings. I'm very proud to say my dad, my father, John Wood, was a sergeant. He was on day 3 of the Normandy landings because he was Royal Army Service Corps, which of course is some good soap, which of course carried all the ammo and all the fighting materials and all the food. Anyway, I'm not going to witter on about that too much longer. Soap today. Ariana and Evans Kaizen. Very nice. It's a lovely sweet smell. I'm not the world's expert on soaps by any means, or aromas. I can't discuss in great detail the bergamot and the steamed oak and the tobacco. All I do know is it's really delicious. I've used this before. I've commented on this Ariana and Evans before because it smells like sweets. We all like sweets. Goes on really well. I've only used it a couple of times. It was a very kind gift to me from my good friend, Mr. Smith, who is well into beginning his shaving career, so to speak. And I'm very pleased with it actually. This is really feels good. On a hot summer's day, this has a really nice kind feel to it. So as far as soaps go, which I'm not the expert on, I'm trying a new camera angle, by the way, chaps. This new camera angle, I've stuck my phone onto the window, so hopefully you'll see a few differences. Anyway, me wittering on again. Let's put a bit of water, keep the soap nice and hydrated, keep the lather derived from the soap hydrated. Do you know, I think I'll probably do. As I say, my interest is in blade design and edges. I'll leave the soaps and the exquisiteness and the aromas to others. But I would say the Ariana and Evans is really, really nice. It's also a very interesting colour. Look at that. Sort of a fudge colour. And it smells like fudge. It's really good though. Anyway, I thought today I'd try a little experiment, which is to use two similar blades in their design. These are both quarter hollows. This one, of course, is the very famous Rigger razor. And the Rigger razor, superb piece of modern steel. Likewise, this is my very first Max Sprecher, and this one is a superb piece of steel. They're probably similar in regard to being very modern steels, very modern tool steels. I'm not absolutely certain what they are, but they're definitely not old. These are new tool steel. High carbon. Anyway, I've already stropped on the canvas, and the canvas that I use is in a washed, beaten and softened Kaneyama. And as you know, the Kaneyama is a wonderful Japanese strop. Unfortunately, Mr. Naomi is no longer with us, so you can't have many more of them. I'm going to use now the same leather, high grade leather, Kaneyama leather strop to give it that final little touch up. I've already done the Max Sprecher. Both of these are supremely good blades. The hanging hair test on both lengths of the hair, absolutely superb. Just give an example. This is a relatively easy razor to strop. It's a straight edge. You've got to be a little more careful with a smiling blade. But anyway, there they are. Both ready to work. Let's turn the angle a little differently. Excuse me, I don't believe in editing, as you know. If anybody's watched my nonsense before, Editing, I don't bother with. You see what you get, folks. Anyway, I've got about 3 days of stubble. Let's try. This is a slightly smaller blade, but the actual grind is the same. So let's see how that goes. Nice. That's, as I remember it, very, very, very nice blade. I think they're underrated. Not hugely expensive. The gentleman who makes them is a genius. He combines an extremely attractive razor with an extremely good edge. So there it is in all its glory. What a beautiful stamp. The Rigger razor stamp is a mark of true quality. Anyway, one swipe and it's done. That's very good. As a comparison, this is what my shave channel is all about. It's my shave test channel. Let's try this Brute. Oh yeah. Now I know under the microscope the edge on this is a JNAT. I think this originally came from my very good friend Sergio Bandaflito. I've mentioned his wonderful shave channel many times. Yeah, that's good. There's a wonderful feeling of mastery and control with the big blade. It doesn't skip around, it doesn't stall. Then of course, quarter hollows don't stall, do they? Oh yeah. That's very impressive. But they're not very forgiving. If you're not used to a quarter hollow, there's no give in the blade, no flex at all. Like shaving with an axe. But by gum, look at that. It's really, really good. Very impressed. I'll add a little bit more lather. And we'll go against the grain and across the grain. I'll keep this a reasonably short video. Much as I love many of our good friends that do these YouTube shave videos, I do find about maximum 20 minutes. After that, I tend to fall asleep. Anyway, I wish you could smell this. This is it just like sweet fudge or fairground day, you know, where you got the fairground rides. Rather nice, rather evocative of a misspent childhood. But there we go. I'm now going to go a little bit against the grain. Yeah, that's smooth. What a lovely razor. It's just under 12/8 this one. I think, in all fairness, you'd call it a 11/8. I'm never sure exactly where you should measure to. If you measure, so the grind line is 11/8. If you measure to the top of the spine, it's a good 12/8. So, whatever. I'm finding the camera angle a little strange. I'm not used to it. But it's cool, it's good. Very, very sharp. I want to do the same now, similar pass, with a Rega razor, which is an Eastern Bloc piece of supreme engineering, or ex-Eastern Bloc, because Latvia, hence the name Riga, Latvia, Estonia, all the other countries were of course invaded by first the Germans, hence the mention of my dad in the Second World War, and then of course they were occupied for 50 odd years by the Russians, so they're very welcome both. Yeah, that's good. Just feels a little bit draggy going against the grain on the side of my face, but with the grain, absolutely fine. Let's try with the Sprecher going across the grain in the same direction. Different feel entirely. You can't even hear this cutting. You can't. It's because it's so rigid. Take my word for it, chaps. Although admittedly I'm using new weird angles and it's not the best for me, but this is a very, very nice, easy razor to use. One of the big advantages with these quarter hollows, which I didn't used to like because they're so unforgiving, but one of the advantages is they never stall. Whereas a beautifully made deep hollow, which naturally I prefer, they do tend to stall a little bit. But this one is beyond good. Yeah, falls past, no problem. I think I need a little bit more lather, otherwise I'm risking carving myself a new nostril. But so far, I've been rather taken with quarter hollows and half hollows, which I didn't think I would be. But I love to test things out. And this is typical Martin test. It has a semblance of everything to it. Yo, that's so smooth. Yeah. So, as I keep mentioning, I won't shave with a blade unless it's capable of doing a really good hanging hair test. That varies from person to person, obviously. But for me, it's got to be both ends of the hair to perfection. And both these razors did. I think you can tell by now which one I favour. I think the Sprecher is magnificent. It's got the bulk. It gives an added confidence and an added weight. Yeah, I mean, that's bloody good. I can't really see too much what I'm doing because I've got the afternoon sun is now glaring through the window. Now I'm using a an old shaving mirror, which is probably not working that well. Yeah, the rig is good though. At the moment my money is on the Sprecher. Very slightly nicked about there, my neck, which I don't normally ever do. I believe is being over adventurous with the Sprecher. You can only go so far, so hard. Anyway, I'm going to keep this fairly brief. I just thought I'd try a few different camera angles and two immensely pleasing razors. So the Sprecher I've got more confidence in, just a little bit more. I'd happily shave and shave and shave and shave with this beautiful thing. Yeah, I just feel a little more in control with the bigger razor. But I would still say the Rigger razor is a very, very fine piece of steel. And I won't be using it for a little while because I've got so many others to test. Hence the name, Martin's Test Shaves. I keep testing. I think I'm a little bit dry on this. But quite honestly, it's done. So, barbed wire old grey stubble. Didn't stand a chance. Not with this. Nice, light lather. I've got to say it's very slick. Yeah, it's a very slick lather. I can't feel anything now, just a little bit there. Always there. First time I used this, I couldn't judge where the point was. It's got a severe Spanish point. It got me. Just a little nick on the ear, so what? One of the joys of straight razor shaving, the better you get, the less nicks you get. Which is rather a silly thing to say. In the middle of a shave with a 12/8 giant. Anyway, what's the time? Oh my God, sorry, I've been too long. I'll give this a quick wash off. I must say, I thoroughly enjoyed that shave. That was really, really good. Sorry to keep wittering on about a load of nonsense, but it is the 6th of June, and 79 years ago, all our allies, the Brits, the Yanks, the Canadians, all landed on the beaches at Normandy and liberated Europe. We had a few free French as well. Oh yes, we did. And it was significant. It just shows if you all pull together in a good cause. But those good causes are few and far between, it would seem, these days. Anyway, that's my D-Day memorial shave done. Just a few more strokes. Because it's immensely enjoyable to have a good razor on your face. How about that? We are now 19 minutes 39 seconds, 20 seconds more, chaps, and that's my limit. I don't want to bore you to tears. A big thank you to all the families left over who still remember what their relatives accomplished at D-Day. and how all the petty tyrants, your Hitlers, your Stalins, your Putins, they need taking out and shooting. Anyway, no more diatribe from me. There's the razors. I'm going to call it a day before I even put the alum on. I won't waste your time any longer. It's now 20 minutes 19 seconds. There is two wonderful quarter hollow reels. That is the fearsome Max Sprecher, which I believe I will call a 12-8. And there is the slightly smaller 8-8 Rigger razor. Both are quarter hollows. Both shave extraordinarily well. They're rigid, they're unforgiving, there's no flex in them, but they're very, very good and they do shave well. Anyway, chaps, thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed this. If you do, just contribute by saying, ooh, a little like button, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. See ya.